Hey everyone, welcome back to Random Deliciousness. Today we're going to be making some tasty pita bread. It's so easy to make, and you're really going to enjoy the feeling of pulling that fresh pita out the oven and putting your hero meat in there and building your delicious hero. But anyway, I'm moving too fast for my voice, so go ahead and add your flours, your yeast, sugar, and warm water in the bowl. And we're just going to go ahead and stir this up until you get a raggy type dough. You're not going to be doing too much with a spoon, so just to combine right here. Yeah, see? It's raggy dough. That looks good right there. Now it's time to use your hands, which I guess you could have been doing that the whole time, but I feel like this way you keep your hands a little bit cleaner, just because there's less water all over your hands. So now that you've pretty much combined your dough, we're gonna add in the salt and a little bit of oil. And we're adding the salt later just so you give the yeast a chance to activate before we add any of the salt, because the yeast don't like salt. So we've mixed them around enough. They got to taste on the sugar and the flour a little bit, so the yeast are happy. Now they may not be so happy, but they'll do their job. Now that we've worked all the ingredients into the dough, we're gonna form it into a ball and start kneading it. So I'm adding a little flour here just when it gets too sticky. If it's tacky and not sticking to your hand, that's perfect. So we're going to be kneading it pretty intensely for about 5 minutes, or until it gives a little bounce back when you push down into it. Go ahead and smack the dough if you think it's been naughty. I need you right now. Just a little bounce back like that is perfect. So let's go ahead and dust it around with some flour, and we're gonna let it ferment for about 30 minutes or until doubled in size. And don't forget to cover it with a damp towel. So once it's doubled in size, you want to go ahead and be gentle with it. You don't want to knock out all that air that's developed while it was resting. We're going to pinch off a few balls and measure them out to 4 ounces each. And it's definitely not going to be perfect every time, so mess around with it until you get about 4 ounces. So now we're just going to go ahead and shape them as best you can. Roll them around. They probably don't need any more flour at this point. You're just trying to seal it into one complete ball, like that. After you rolled out all your balls, you're going to want to cover them with that damp towel again and rest them for about 10 to 15 minutes. And now, after that, set the oven to 475 and get ready to roll them out like this. So when you're rolling them, you want to start in the center and work your way outside. You don't want to roll off the edge because that may push some of the air bubbles out. You're going to roll it out as much as you can. Feel free to use your hands to stretch them out like a pizza dough. You want them to be about as big as my hand, but if you don't have one of those, 7 inches will work. Now comes the fun part. Go ahead, put it in your hot oven, and we're gonna do about 2 minutes. It should puff up and look like a whoopee cushion at this point. You'll be very tempted to press it, I'll be honest, but don't press it. just go ahead and flip it over and put it back in the oven for 1 minute. And then that's it. You're done. You have this beautiful warm pita that you can either build a hero or make a sandwich, dip it in some hummus, do whatever you want. That's it. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, and goodbye.